IELTS listening is considered that is one of the most easiest tests when it comes to the IELTS. But you have to find and you have to keep those simple tips in your mind all the time. Today I will discuss the most important tips regarding give you the tips is something to do with the IELTS listening. The first thing is whenever you listen, you have to listen purposefully. And what is the common mistakes? Because most of the students, when they listen, because they give you the time first as a student, as an applicant, that read the questions first and then they play the audio. And what most people do, they start finding the answers when they listen. You don't need to do that. Just make it simple, concentrate on the listening. So that's why listen purposefully. Don't try to find the answers. Just keep listening with full concentration. The second thing, which is the very important tip, that you have to follow the instructions well. Listen the instructions, read the instructions, and then try to follow those instructions. The third, you have to you have to make familiar with accents. And it's not that important to watch BBC all the time. So try to find some radios as well. The regional, the local radio stations. Try to find British accent. And because it's Cambridge test, that's something to do with the British accent. But they can use the international accents as well. So try to listen and try to understand the accent well. And that's how you can even do some extra listening while watching something like documentaries, talk shows, and stuff like that. And the third thing, and the fourth, I should say, I just told you the third. The fourth thing is try to familiar yourself with a different style of questions because in IELTS listening test, they will ask you questions in different formats. So, different styles of the question, familiar yourself, and do the practice as much as you can. Another thing, which is very important and you have to keep in your mind all the time, that whenever you are listening, uh, you have to listen in a way that you have to concentrate as much as you can. And how you can do this? You can only do this when you do the same practice in advance. So whenever you do the practice tests, so try to do all the tips, try to use all the tips in your practice tests, so that you find that way you do these things again and again. So that's why when you sit in the exam, you remember these things automatically. And the next thing, which is I think most important thing, and the most important thing is that you have to do the exam according to the exam conditions. Like some people advise that you can listen 4 5 times before the examination day. You can just whenever you're doing your practice, you can listen. You can listen any audio or any recording uh, 4 to 5 times. No, that's not important. The important thing is you have to listen once because that is what the exam condition is. So you have to find the conditions. You have to find the exam conditions exactly, and then you have to follow and you have to do the things accordingly. So they will only play recording once and then your exam. So you have to listen once. Doesn't matter how good it is or how bad it is because it's just your practice. If you keep doing the practice, you will find things easy. And if you want to summarize this, so if you want me to just describe IELTS in 2 words, and those 2 words are the practice and the concentration.
Buckle up.